What it do, baby? You already know what it is. Y'all see it, man. Just put that good work in. Look, man, let's talk about growth this morning. I want to talk to you about growing. I want to talk to you about transition. I want to talk to you about why most people never reach their full potential, or they never get to the life that they truly want, because that growth period is very, very uncomfortable. That transition period is very, very uncomfortable. So a few things that I do when I'm growing, when I'm shedding old thoughts, old beliefs, maybe old relationships, and coming into new thoughts, new beliefs, new relationships, when I'm in transition from one place to the next, because every time you're transitioning or you're growing, there's a gap from where you are to where you want to be, right? And it's that gap that normally kills people. It's that in-between stages that normally kill people. It's not that people are not smart enough, not talented enough, don't have enough information, any of that. In my profession and in my own personal life, what I found, even with me, some things died in my own personal life, not because I couldn't do them, but because I let that in-between stage kill me. Because it was just so uncomfortable that I just quit, just to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Then I had to learn, the in-between stages are necessary for the growth, necessary for you getting to the next phase of your life. There's always going to be an in-between phase, because where you start from and where you finish at, there's a huge gap. Or where you currently are right now to where you want to be, there's still a gap. There's always going to be a gap if you're trying to elevate yourself or grow or move up. Always going to be a gap. So a few things that I do to navigate through that gap, to help myself get through that and not quit. So number one, just self-awareness. I have to become aware of what season I'm in, or I will not take advantage of it, right? So what I mean by that is, if I can tell that I'm in a growth period, because I've been going through these stages in my life quite a bit now. I'm 45 years old, so it's all about self-awareness. It's about becoming aware of when you're transitioning, when you're in a transition period, when you're in a growth period. So that self-awareness automatically puts me in a different mindset when I know that I'm shedding some things. I'm shedding old thoughts. I'm shedding old beliefs, maybe old relationships, maybe old habits, whatever it is. So that self-awareness, when I become aware of that, then I'm able to take the necessary steps to kind of make me a little bit more comfortable doing that, right? So if I'm aware that I'm growing, right, then I just have to just endure that process. Instead of me thinking that what's wrong, my life is falling apart, why isn't it working? Why is it not working fast enough? I think to myself, I'm in a growth season. I'm in a transition season. So this is part of it. I have to endure this. So let me be aware enough when I start to feel those emotions come up, and when I start to get triggered, like nothing's happening, help, I'm drowning, help. We all been through that, right? You've been through that too, right? We all been through that. You just got to know that's part of the growth process, right? You have to become very uncomfortable with being uncomfortable if you want to grow and expand. And if you want to reach levels in your life that you think are successful. There's no way around it. You have to be uncomfortable. But to help that, self-awareness. Because most people are uncomfortable, but they don't know what it is and why they're uncomfortable. So they think things are going wrong, or they think things are going south, or they think, man, what am I doing wrong? Or what am I not doing? Nothing. That's just part of the journey. But you got to be self-aware enough to know, okay, I'm shedding. Number two, once you become aware of that process, right, then you can start putting steps in place to help you. So what I do when I become aware that I'm really going through a growth or a transition period like that, I double down on the things that I truly know to be true for me and work for me. So that might be my diet and exercise. I double down on it. That might be more meditation. So instead of me spending 30 minutes in meditation in the morning, I might do 45 minutes, right? Instead of me spending 5 or 10 minutes praying, I might do 15 minutes. So the things that I know to be true for me, right? During my growth or my transition periods, the things that I know that actually benefit me and make me a better person, I double down on them, right? Because that helps set the precedent for that growth and that transition. Now that I'm aware of it, now let me do the things that I know that's going to help me settle myself, settle my emotions, settle my mind during this uncomfortable period, right? So get you a set of routines or habits, right, that you can just double down on, that you know work for you, right? And just do them consistently every day. But when you become aware that you're transitioning or you're going through a growth period, just double down on them. It kind of eases it a little bit, right? And then the third thing that I do, this is the third and last thing that I do, I just have to really enjoy the process. And I say that like, ooh, because sometimes I don't. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Sometimes I don't enjoy the process of growing. Sometimes I don't enjoy the process of transitioning from where I am to where I want to be. But I've learned over the years, it's part of the journey. So me bucking against the process, me fighting against the process doesn't do me any good. And it's not going to do you any good. So just learn to settle into the process, trust the process. You don't necessarily have to enjoy it. I will recommend that you find things about it that you do enjoy because it makes it easier, but you do got to trust it. So those three things kind of help me out when I'm going through growth and transition. And I feel like somebody out there today might be going through a growth and transition period. Somebody out there today might be trying to shed old ideas, old habits, old relationships, old thought processes, old money habits, right? Somebody out there is trying to transition from one spot to the next. And that gap seems very, very huge. And that gap seems very, very big. But listen, become aware of it. Settle yourself, right? Double down on what you do know to be true about you that helps you be a better person, and then just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride, good people. Listen, self-awareness, double down on your core values, your core beliefs, the things that work for you, and then just enjoy the ride. And you know what? Let's transition and let's grow together. Let's get it today, good people. FL the Life Coach, always spreading that peace and love. Twice on Sunday. Go out, attract the life of your dreams, good people. You already know what to do. Dare to be you.